Good morning, guys. It is very cold and I'm very tired. It's roughly -4 degrees out and I am heading south because I'm sick of it. Just kidding, but I am heading south. Going down to Alabama. Gonna meet up with some guys to do some Onyx maps content, and we got a project that we're working on, so that's gonna be super fun. And also we're gonna deer hunt while we're there, so the whole thing is just a big kind of get together, just have a good time, one last hurrah. Basically the last hunt of the year till next season, so I'm excited, but I'm gonna get going because it's about a 14-hour drive, so see you when I get there. I've never hunted the South before, so I really can't say for sure how to hunt these deer, but this is going to be a learning experience, and that's why I have Onyx.
We just talked to a local landowner and got permission to access a big chunk of public from his property. So we're currently in here scouting. It looks really good. We're not being crazy invasive. Mostly just checking the edges and kind of just seeing if there's any kind of sign, which we've seen some rubs, really good rubs, and scrapes. There's just a lot of timber, so it's gonna be a process probably to pick it apart, figure out exactly where they're moving, but with it being the rut, we're trying to find bedding and kind of figure out these travel corridors. So that's the update, and it looks really awesome in here, and we have a few more properties that we have a chance to maybe check out. So it's just a scouting mission for this weekend, and before we kind of jump right in. Quite a bit of swamp, which is good. It's a good sign. Probably run these edges.
To be honest, like, kind of narrows a lot of our property down. Like, I gotta be that way.
Right, yeah, I think so.
AJ's probably gonna be like, where are you?
I have to go find him. He split off. No, he's gonna be like, I saw 10 rubs, 3 giant scrapes.
He's the most excited person I've ever met.
He seems that way. Oh, there's a deer. Close, close. On the road. About to walk out. Oh. I hear stuff in here. It's a little bit before 5 o'clock, and I'm trying to give myself plenty of time to get set up because where I'm going, I didn't necessarily walk. Yesterday we walked the general area, but not that exact spot, so I don't know what it looks like. So we're gonna head in right now. warning number one. It has been fairly slow. Saw a couple turkeys and I think 4 separate does, and then a spike chasing a doe and grunting at her, which is good. That's a good thing. She looked hot. She was waving her tail, so basically the spot that I'm in is it kind of looks like the Midwest a little bit. It's got a little bit of topography. There's a hillside. Then it kind of just slopes down, and then there's a swamp behind me. So basically it's like a funnel where they either have to come on this side of the water or the other side. And I had a doe come at like 30 yards. But the rest of the deer seem to be working that other edge of the water, so I might go when I get down and check it out, kind of figure out why they're wanting to go that way. Swampy. not sure what happened. They were looking like over there. They weren't downwind, so I don't know. It was like 25 yards. I was just waiting for a clear shot. Oh. The morning of day 5. Yesterday, Adam filmed me a little bit, but we only saw a button buck and a coyote in the morning. And that was all I saw all day, so very uneventful. We came in here thinking we would catch the tail end of the rut. On Onyx, this unit area says the peak rut's anywhere from January 9th to the 24th. Today's the 27th. So I would say, based on that and the fact that all the does are all grouped up again, all the sign that we're finding, most of it is not fresh. So I'm gonna take a guess and say that the rut's pretty much winding down. Not to say there's not gonna be a few hot does and cruising bucks, but I think the main peak running activity is over. With that in mind, the plan is to just find some thick bedding and hopefully catch some coming back to bed in the morning. The does are fairly patternable. It's just a matter of folding all the eyeballs. They're really spooky. So I'm gonna get down. I hung this set 2 days ago. This is the first I've been in here, and I had 12, I think, does come in. I couldn't film super well because the sun is beaming on me, as you can tell. So my bow, my main camera, they're just like right in the sun. So I think I just moved a tiny bit and they caught a glimpse of me. Which is fine. I'm gonna go scout. I feel like a lot of north of me has not been touched quite yet, so I'm gonna try to get into some thick, nasty stuff and see if I can't jump a buck. And if I jump one, I'm hanging a set and backing out. Because tonight's wind is supposed to be super swirly, so I'm not gonna hunt tonight. So that's the plan, but I'm just gonna keep scouting our way in.
We cut
between where I sat, where he's making the tracks under the tree, and over here. So I'm about here. So he cut through a bottom that leads this way instead of coming up on top of the ridge and taking that strip down.
So he kind of stayed at the bottom this way.
And yeah, he went whatever that would be, southwest.
Oh,
I'll have to show you
interesting.
the map.
No, I think I know what you're talking about. It sounds like he went to this ridge point because this is real super thick right here on this corner.
Because he went through water.
He went through water.
Yep, because there's water there. Because it's the same water he went the other day when I was sitting, but he went west.
Dang. Man, I feel like
Yeah,
we were so close this
right
morning.
here. So here, that's where I sat the other day. Here's the slough and the crossing.
Oh,
like
so
that.
He went this way.
So I think he probably either came up this trail this morning, or he may have crossed this way.
He probably
and then come
crossed.
down.
I think he crossed right because this is where the crossing is. Is that right there?
Yep.
So Kaitlyn, you didn't hear him come in. You just heard him start jumping.
Yep.
That was all it was.
Yep. So I didn't know which way he came from. I just assumed it was the deer he saw.
It could have been then, if you didn't hear him come in. But I know that a deer came from. I listened to that buck come from behind me. I fully heard him walk through. I didn't know if he was gonna go up by you or not because he was just there, and
Well, I mean, it would make sense if that was that deer because he would have went downwind to me.
that was what. He would have circled,
And
and that's been the last 2 times that I've seen him. Both of his escape routes when I bumped him have been down over the slope
Yeah.
through those palmettos. And yesterday morning he did that where I actually heard him splash. Actually, both times I've heard him splashing through the palmettos, where he went all the way down to where he hits water and then runs down the inside of that
takes
bank.
up that side then.
And takes up that steep bank because nobody can see him from there. I don't know. They might both be in that.
That's
block
what I
right
was
there.
thinking
There's
is
two of 'em in
because
there.
you said you're thinking there's 2 different deer. They might both be in there like 50 yards apart from each other or something
Crazy
like
because
that.
they would have both been. That means they for sure would both have been bedded like within 100 yards of Kaitlyn,
Yeah.
like just to the east of her.
Yeah. Well, when he stopped, he only went 50 yards and then it was silent.
None of them take off. They just like bound off and then stop.
Well, I think we've been like so in tight on them. Like I don't think we're not like catching them in places where they don't feel comfortable. Like all the places where we're hunting are places where I don't think they usually see people.
Yeah.
Like just like that guy today, those guys are hunting the plots.
Yeah.
Or the open strips. They're not in the timber, so I don't think those deer are used to seeing or smelling people like deep in the timber.
Deep in there, yeah.
You know.
It's the last day, last evening. AJ and I are heading in right now. We, between the 4 of us, have collectively found a buck, possibly 2 bucks, and we think we know where they're bedding. So we're kind of just trying to surround the bedding area. There's a lot of swamp and water, so they're pretty limited on where they can go. So we're Hail Marying tonight. Hopefully get a glimpse of him. It's opening day of gun season, so I'm not sure how pressured he's gonna be, but got nothing to lose at this point. But it's been fun, and hopefully we can get him down tonight.
We're getting in close. Probably 30 yards from the bed.
Yeah, real close.